Meet the Normals, Adventures in Universal Design. Exterior of a house on a sunny day, the Normals are outside.
Meet Harry Normal. Harry is the father of the family. He is a stay-at-home dad. Meet Mary Normal. Mary is the mother of the family. She is a manager in the local supermarket. Meet PJ Normal. PJ is the baby of the family. Meet Betty Normal. Betty is the granny of the Normal family. She has arthritis and has lately experienced mild hearing and vision loss, but she is very active and uses a cane to get around. She loves to play the Wii regularly with her grandkids. Meet Susie Normal. Susie is 18 years old. She is going to college. She is rarely seen without her iPod and guitar. Meet Johnny Normal. Johnny is 10 years old, uses a wheelchair, and loves history and music.
Family enter the house.
Today will be a treat, as Betty is bringing the family for a pizza. First, we need to get the bus, so let's check the bus times.
Parents are using the family PC.
Oh dear. This seems to be very complicated.
Susie uses her smartphone with simple layout instead.
Now we've got it, let's go. For many of us, we never think twice about how we use technology, travel, move in and out of buildings, or use the web. But really, when you think about it, we all often encounter problems doing these things.
Family at bus stop.
And accept this as a part of life. Consider what it is like for the Normals getting on the bus and their experiences. Firstly, let's look at the bus shelter location. Are things in the way? Is the bus shelter big enough? Simple things like seating. Access to information when you need it in a way that makes sense. There are other environmental factors, such as light, noise, and so on.
Bus arrives.
And the design of the bus itself.
Betty and Susie get on. Dad tries to get baby's buggy up step onto bus but fails. Bus driver asks for fare. Flustered mum drops her purse. Bus departs, leaving Betty, PJ and Johnny behind. A design studio in a different part of town.
Thanks to good universal design, it doesn't have to be like this. In order to build a working shelter that suits the needs of everyone, we need the right team. So, let's meet the team. First off, I'd like you to meet Siobhan. She is a software developer. Dara, our civil engineer. Rory is our architect. And Paul, our industrial designer.
Normals and designers around a table.
Creating the easy-to-use, universally designed bus shelter is a collaborative and fun process. Right, guys?
All wave.
Let's see how you do it. Firstly, we have the discover phase, where all the designers keep an open mind, deferring any decision-making until they have considered a range of alternatives and approaches to the design. They need to have collected as much information as feasible, including new or existing feedback from people. They need to look at the project from the perspective of the end users. So who are the end users and what do they need? Well, a great way to find out is to involve the end user in the process through things such as focus groups, where we ask them what they think. Then we have the definition phase, where the designers must decide what they want the design to do. To help achieve this, they must keep in mind the range of people that will be using the design, outputs from the discover phase, and consider what they want the design to do. Then we have the development phase, where the designers look at actualizing the needs they have identified in the previous stage. This stage typically includes the development of simple preliminary designs and asking people what they think. Lastly, we have the delivery phase, where the designers see if it all works. They may get experts to look at their final designs. Another great way to test the design is through user testing of prototypes, where we test early versions of our products on users with a diverse range of abilities to see what works. If something doesn't work, the designers can go back to an earlier phase and try again. The universal design process, with the 4 phases: discover, define, develop, deliver. Now we have applied the universal design process to designing the bus shelter. Let's go back and see what happens this time.
Family approach new bus shelter. Dad with PJ in a buggy and Johnny in a wheelchair now have an unobstructed path to the bus shelter. Bus shelter is tall enough to accommodate Mary's tall stature. Seating is low enough to accommodate Granny. Bus timetable and fare information is simple and understandable. Starts to rain. Bus shelter is large enough to shelter the entire family. Bus arrives. Bus kneels, allowing level entry access to all the family.
Thanks to universal design, the Normals can go about their day in a world that accommodates us all.
Mum has fare ready and pays without any fuss. Family waves and bus pulls away.
Universal design is the design of a building or place, product, service or technology so they can be accessed, understood, and used to the greatest extent possible by all people, regardless of their age, size, ability or disability.
Created by the Centre for Excellence in Universal Design at the National Disability Authority, in partnership with Dublin Institute of Technology, NU Maynooth, Cork IT, Dundalk IT, National Learning Network, University of Cambridge, Institute of Technology Blanchardstown and NCBI, Universal Design Curriculum for Third Level Education Project. Animation by Treehouse Republic. For more go to www.universaldesign.ie/education.